think, act, and prosper. You are now tuned into the Money Level Show.
So what's up with gold? I've been enjoying like the run up that we've been having. I expect it to go higher. What's the charts telling you on there? Are you still looking for a bullish year for gold?
Yeah, I still think that gold will be the best performer between the stock market and Bitcoin for this year. So far, I believe it is at this point. It has broken out, so I think it's important to recognize that you have this connector line connecting these highs here. You have this point here, this point right in here, and obviously the top, and you have now broken out of that range. So I do think, again, once you see some sort of resolution, you probably get a drop in gold, but the drop should take you back to kind of what we would refer to as the scene of the crime, which is this downsloping trend line. And then once you get there, it becomes a huge buy again for the next leg to the upside. And my guess is you'll head right back to that 2020 high around 2075 on spot gold. But yeah, I mean, so far the charts are playing out exactly like the 1970s charts. If you match up inflation with the last time we had inflation like this, which was mid 70s into the 80s, I mean, it is literally 2 years of up move, which was 2018 to 2020 in gold. I can actually show that here on the chart. So you had this move up here, 2 years up, 2 years of consolidation here, and now the breakout. And if you look in 1973 to 75, you had the same up move as 2018 to 2020. And then you had from 75 to 77, a down sideways move. And then you broke out and had this monstrous move in gold. So I'm calling for a repeat of that, not necessarily percentage-wise. I think back then gold went from like $100 to $900. If that happens, that would blow my mind even. But could gold go to $3,000 to $5,000 an ounce in the next few years? Yeah, I do think it very likely will see 5,000 in the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I hold some shares, but I mostly hold physical. To be a little bit out of the system, with Bitcoin.
I'm with you on that. I have some, obviously, of the swing trading I do is, I need to get in and get out very quickly. It's very hard to get in and get out of physical gold. You got to go to your pawn shop or wherever the heck,
Yeah.
But you're not going to get a great price for it, obviously. So the swing trading should be done through GDX, which is miners, or GLD usually. There's even a crypto that supposedly tracks gold, although I haven't looked into the details enough to know if it's good. But then, yeah, the physical stuff is like, if stuff really hits the fan, if the grid goes down, if, things are really messed up, I love having that gold on hand where, at least you have some buying power out there in the real world. History for thousands of years has shown us that gold is that.
Yeah, especially with the bank runs. I mean, Russia's been seeing the ruble just like getting decimated, and people going out, they're taking everything out.
You're 100% right. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a great use case for, and you could argue, like, as we enter this new kind of cyber risk environment, that, yeah, Bitcoin eventually I do think is a digital gold, but really, if the grid goes down and you didn't store your Bitcoin separately, you may not be able to have access to it. And it's good to just have some gold. So, there's so many people that are like, oh, you got to be 100% on Bitcoin or 100% on gold. I'm like, no, you know what? They can coexist together. It's great. They almost complement each other in terms of, like, if the grid goes down, you got your gold, but if not, then you got your Bitcoin. Like, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think one of my I talked with Doomberg about just kind of the risk of with cryptocurrencies using the traditional banking system, and we saw like what happened in Canada, where they started. I mean, these institutions they have regulations they have to adhere to. And when you can't cash out your Bitcoin to this bank or whatnot, then it becomes troublesome unless you have like an offshore account or account in another country or whatnot.
That's right. And that just shows you that, everyone, I still remember years ago and even recently everyone was like, oh, well, crypto is decentralized and it's so great because it's not controlled by anyone. But it kind of is in a weird way. It's still, and you just have to be aware of that. I still think, again, I don't think the government will ever ban it or anything, but I think that you have to just be aware that you just don't want to have everything in Bitcoin, because then you're leaving yourself open to potential issues in another area.
Yeah, exactly. So what's up with silver? I have quite a few silver bugs. I had some people ask about silver before, and we know that it lags when it follows gold. But I mean, I just want to see what the charts say.
Yeah, so charts show short term. We do have a breakout on silver. Again, I've been much more into buying gold than silver recently because I just continue to get stuck on the fact that silver is industrial, partially industrial, right? It's a store of safety. It's a metal that reacts to inflation, but at the same time, it's used in car batteries, especially electric cars and things like that. So you have this kind of, if all of a sudden the Fed raises rates and the economy slows, is it possible that you wouldn't get as big a bang for your buck in silver in the near term? Now, long-term silver probably does outperform gold. It has a history of doing that. But in the near term, I've been a little bit more kind of like, all right, let me just see how things go. How does the economy react to the Fed tightening before I commit a lot to silver? Now, I still hold physical silver, right? I still hold the stuff that I hold is not something I'm getting rid of in and out. We're talking more swing trades. Do I buy more at this point? And the answer for me, at least, is not right now, even though it has broken out per the chart.